Welcome to another amazing Spinal Awakening Monday. Yeah, I was thinking there are just so many routines that we can alternate in our Spinal Awakening class, because since we've added Essential Blossom, we're kind of doing that in the core classes and in the Spinal Awakening. So definitely want to take time to dive more into our thoracic, our neck, and our shoulders. And I feel like there are some really potent techniques that we haven't done in a while, so I'm excited to get all into it today with you guys. And welcome, Sherry. So wonderful to have you here. And Linda. And I was actually teaching a new lumbar decompression, lumbar stretch on Friday's class. So I think that's going to be a really powerful to some of you here that are looking to resolve any discomfort in your lower back. And I'm going to be teaching that again on Friday's class. And actually I have an exciting announcement, but I just want to make sure, Anja, are you able to get into your classic warm-up?
Yes, I did it.
Yes, we're doing that for half an hour of the class. Like we're
half
doing
an hour?
Yes. No, not the Spinal Awakening, the classic warm-up.
Yes.
Yes.
I did it.
We do that. Half an hour opening of the class is all about the warm-up. So we alternate between two. So first 15 minutes is the classic warm-up, and then I alternate you to a different one.
Okay, so I continue.
Yes, yes, my love. Yes.
All right.
Yes, that's how we're sculpting that beautiful masterpiece out of marble.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so exciting announcement coming up in the chat. We're going to be doing a breakthrough celebration event this Thursday evening. So it'll be 5 o'clock Pacific or 8 Eastern. And I'm super excited because there have been so many shares that have been coming to me privately, and also in some of these classes, and many of you don't get to hear them. And some of you were looking forward to doing a one-on-one interview with me, but it became so many that I decided to have one event. I don't want to just be the one that, just celebrates and experience that joy, because I feel that it is a collective thing, and we're creating such a ripple when we are getting together and hearing about, each of our milestones, breakthroughs, doesn't matter how big or small. This is an event for you to shine and to see what's possible. And the previous ones we've had were way too long ago, but just like the love that we felt after, I'd say for so many months later, was just incredible. So I really feel that we're definitely overdue. So make time for this Thursday, and I'm going to announce that in the chat. And it's really difficult for me to accommodate so many time zones. All of my events recently have been on this time, and people that are only available in the evening that will get a chance to attend. So this one's going to be at that time, and then maybe the following one will be again around this time. So I just wanted to share that because I'm really excited about it. And welcome Marguerite, and welcome Glenna. And just going to make sure that you guys are doing fabulous. Dortilove, I feel like your elbows are too far from the blocks. Like, how we start the training at like a coffee table position, so that you're square. I feel that so, and now your elbows should be going where the palms of your hands are. Maybe that's a little too close, just slightly forward, your elbows. Yeah, I think that's a really good place. I just feel like because everything just slides forward, so you don't have as good of a grip. So yeah, so try that. Yeah, I feel that that's a much more optimal position. And for those of you who haven't watched or didn't attend Friday's class, my God, you guys have to listen to the shares at the end. It was like something that every woman should hear about. Okay, let's just say that the sensual blossom is certainly working. Okay, in an incredible way. So yeah, for those of you who heard it, I'm really thrilled. And those of you who haven't, even if you're just gonna watch that part of the class, it's well worth it. It's at the end of class, so please, I encourage you to do that. And there's definitely going to be many more shares like that. Going to give you guys another, I'd say 2 to 4 minutes on this classic warm up. So make sure that you are giving your all, unless you're doing the alternative warm up, whichever one you're doing. And I'm really compelled to teach you guys another warm up that I used to teach a really long time ago that none of you know, that is rather challenging, but really wonderful. So, and welcome, Sarah. Sarah, I just made an announcement that this Thursday, and Lucy, this Thursday evening at 5 Pacific or 8 Eastern, we're gonna have a breakthrough celebration event. And I would love if you guys can join. You know, it's something that I have been wanting to do for such a long time. But it's like, just had to make that time in my schedule, and we're so overdue. But I certainly want you guys to come in and share your beautiful milestones and breakthroughs, because there certainly have been numerous of them, and I don't want to just keep them to myself. So yeah, anyways, I was just talking about it. Okay, my beautiful angels, I'm giving you another minute or two. That next warm-up is really challenging, so but I just feel like some of you might love it. Okay, last minute into whatever you're working on. Give it your all. I want to spend some time on shoulder opening as well today. Like a lot of things I want to do. All right, I'm going to transition. Yeah, those of you who are ready. And I got a question about from Julie. She's not here now, but I'm just gonna, if you're wondering what I got on my feet, I will be sharing that after. That's just the yeah, the upgrade for the happy feet that I've done, but I'll talk about it later. All right, so here we go. You're gonna make your way towards the wall. And if you're wondering why I have boxes here, it's because this is like a house for my kittens and they love it. So that's why it's there. But I'm gonna switch my screen and share that with you. So I'm just hitting that mute button for you guys and putting myself on speaker view. Okay, so this is also a great one for anyone that is not able to be on their knees at all. So we have the alternative warm-up, which is great, but there's also this one, which can be rather challenging. It really depends on the angle in which you're in which you are positioned. So it's like kind of like the starting point is kind of like the praying princess. So you're gonna see that my legs are parallel to the wall. They're about 2 feet distant from the wall, and the distance between my knees is not that much. So I'm putting my arms upwards and I'm working on bringing my chest to the wall. So I'm looking up to the ceiling. So it's kind of like the praying princess, but more the beginner version. And now I'm going to be taking my foot, kind of like the classic warm-up. And I'm going to look up to the ceiling and I'm going to be lifting this leg up. So this is for this, like the butt lift, okay? Right there. It really targets that area nicely. Hoping that you can see me fully in the frame. And of course, you can do that with your ankle weights. So right here, we're opening our back at the same time. And the first one is, now remember, don't do this because there's really not going to be much going on if you position yourself kind of diagonal. So you want to make sure that you are positioned correctly, just like we do for the praying princess. And you're bringing your arms up. Now, if you have anything going on with your shoulders and you're not able to hold your arms up like that, because you're going to feel the burn. So this is going to be quite potent for toning up your upper body, opening up your back, elongating your neck, toning up those chicken wings, whatever you call it. I think someone mentioned that once. But if you need to take a more gentle approach and it's too much for your upper body, you can by all means just bring your arms a little lower and just focus on working on your lower body more and just do kind of like that, let's call it a diamond shape. Okay, so we got the arms fully up, chest closer to the wall and neck elongating, and then the first move is going to be this one. So pointy toe, and you're going to be lifting this up, and then you can do another one to the side. So that's just a 45-degree angle, and that's going to be to the side. Okay, and the way this is going to target your glutes is going to be something out of this world. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at you guys and see how you're doing. And I think this is going to be an amazing one for, well, many of you are going to like it just because of how it's going to be sculpting your body. And it's something new and challenging, but also anyone that is not able to do the original classic warm-up can be doing that. So, oh my God, look at that. Look who's here. Sharon's here. Sharon, I just taught a new warm-up for an even more defined peach booty.
Yes, and I'm following it right now. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, like look at that. Look at that. You show up like a queen to like the newest, most exciting
Workout.
warm up. All right, I want to make sure, Denise, I do love your, like you extend yourself so beautifully, but you're doing a little bit of this diagonal thing, so you got to make sure that like you're kind of like in this position where your bum's sticking out, but your legs are parallel to the wall. And if I need to demonstrate again, I certainly will, because I want to make sure you guys are getting it right. You should literally be feeling like your peach booty is forming. All right, so and Lauren, I think this is a great one. It is challenging, so for the beginners maybe you can do it with a diamond shape, but I think it's a great one for anyone that needs any kind of modification and not able to do the classic format.
Can you show again?
Absolutely, yes. In fact, I'm so
And
excited. I want to be doing
talk
that.
about breathing too.
Yeah.
How do you breathe through this?
Yeah, I will talk about that. Let me just switch my screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so see, my legs are like, they're parallel to the wall, and then I'm bringing my arms up, and I'm sticking my bum out. So make sure that you're not like this, because that's not gonna do anything for your back or much for your glutes. Okay, I'm here, I'm sticking my bum out, opening my chest, my shoulders. Now I'm pointing my toe, and I'm working it, so I'm imagining it one day hitting my head, okay? And I'm feeling all that right out here working, which is where we want that nice booty lift, okay? So I'm exhaling as I'm kicking my leg upwards. I'm exhaling, and then I'm breathing in as I'm bringing it down, okay? And same here. So I'm like, exhale, inhale, exhale. So that's my rhythm. But remember, like you can take a break, and you can, if this is too much, bring your arms up like that, it's too much, then do the diamond position. Okay, just want to make sure that you guys can see me. The diamond position is where your hands are like that. Okay, so it's a little bit more friendly, not as intense on your upper body, so you can breathe more easily. And then once you get maybe the hang of the breathing and the legs, then you can then you can transition to the other one. Okay, so my God, and if your man is already attacking you, then you might have to buy some special pants with a lock. Or just put a sign for when visiting hours are. So and beautiful work, Lucy, and beautiful work, Christina, and Lauren, absolutely amazing. I can tell how much you're loving this one. Lauren, you're like, it's like I'm giving you wings to fly. And
10-pound ankle weight is too much for this one.
yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd like you to just like kind of master the form, and then you can add on the weights. But I honestly, even without the weight, it's rather challenging. Like you feel that burn in the glute, and I love it so much because it targets the part of the glute that gives you that lift, which is, a lot of glute workouts don't work that right angle. So it's all about that angle. Like, Lauren, go ahead.
I was just typing, but yeah, I had 10-pound weights on with my warm up. And when we started doing this, I went and put 5 pounds on because the 10 pounds was way too much.
Yes. But I can see how much you're loving it. It just looks, you're doing it absolutely fabulous. So if you want to introduce that in the beginner class, I think it would be great. I'll tell Jocelyn to do the same. Okay. And yes, by all means, you guys can also transition to like the shoulder opening against the wall. But we're gonna be wrapping this one up. Like I said, it can become intense, so you can kind of relax, shake off those shoulders and open it up. We're actually gonna be doing a shoulder opening spinal twist very soon. So yeah, but beautiful work, Denise. You got that form. Amazing work, Glenna. Hope you like that better than the step classes you're doing.
I think for me, the reason why I was liking the step classes, and I've realized if I go out salsa dancing or yeah, if I go out salsa dancing, I get my heart rate up.
Yeah,
I like that cardiovascular,
yeah.
you know,
can certainly get it up
yeah,
with this
I
one.
can get it up that way
Yeah.
without my hamstrings seizing up on me. So that works better.
Awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. I need to maybe. I wanted to maybe incorporate some music in the background. I'll have to plan for that. But just because I'm having a dialogue with you guys. But you can certainly blast it on your end because most of the time you're muted anyways. Okay, guys, I'd say one more minute and then we're going to relax. But yeah, this is like, you might be feeling this one for the next couple of days.
I was just gonna say, for me, it's actually better taking your class without music because even when I'm working and I'm listening to music, I feel like dancing around, so it distracts me.
Right. Yeah. Well, because I'm just constantly having such a close dialogue and
Yeah.
yeah. But we used to, a long time ago, we used to have like freestyle Fridays where we would just blast music and everyone would do their favorite routine and we would hula hoop and this and that. So and now we have Sensual Blossom Fridays, which has been like such a popular class. So yeah, always kind of bringing new things, but we might do that maybe some other day in the week or something. Right now we have our breakthrough celebration and I don't know, the Sensual Blossom has just been incredible. Like I said, you were there last class. So yeah.
Yes, yeah. I wanted to join today because I'm gonna be out this Friday coming up. I'm gonna be out of town. So that's why I'm joining class today.
Perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is you guys can relax and I want to get into the shoulder opening spinal twist. You probably feel like your upper body has like worked a lot and go Lucy. Look at you going, just loving this one. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate the shoulder opening spinal twist and let me switch my screen. All right. Okay, so if you are a beginner and you need support for your neck, you're going to use a 3x6x9. I'm rather particular about 3x6x9 because it seems to fill that gap much better than the 4x6. The 3x6 kind of keeps your entire spine alignment, so your cervical spine aligned with the rest of the body. The 4x6 elevates your head too much, so it's not as optimal as this one. So if you are someone who needs support for your neck, you get a 3x6x9. And if you still don't have the two sides of the blocks, please get it. It's like it's like the best investment for your health for the rest of your life, these yoga blocks. So all right, we're gonna start on our stomach. We're gonna extend our left arm out and palm facing the floor and underneath my armpit. If you were to measure, it would be exactly 90-degree angle. Okay, sometimes you gotta put your hand here, you think it's 90 degrees. So please make sure that it really is. And then you're gonna rest your head. If you need to support your neck, you're gonna rest your head. If you do not need to support your neck, then please remove the block because we're here to strengthen, tone, elongate, and beautify our neck as well. So we want to make sure that we're engaging everything that we possibly can. So I got my feet together. So my toes are touching, my heels are touching, and they are in perfect alignment with my belly button. Now, as I'm twisting my upper body towards the right side, that belly button then aligns with my right nipple, that aligns with my nose as I'm looking to the ceiling. If you are not engaging your neck, then your head is just going to be resting comfortably. All right, but if you are, you're going to be turning to face the ceiling. Once you feel that you have this perfect alignment, like you're lying in a straight line, then I want you to bring your feet and plant them on the ground. You're going to plant them on the ground in perfect alignment with that beautiful bum of yours you were just working out, and the right foot is going to be in alignment with the right cheek, and the left one is going to be in alignment with the left butt cheek. All right, and they're perfectly facing the ceiling. Now, if you're a beginner, if you're someone who's healing from a something from a past injury or surgery or something in your shoulder, you're going to use a microdosing approach, which you're just going to probably do this and come back and just spend a moment and then come back and breathe and just use dynamic motion without staying static for too long, holding a position that may be too much for your body. So just gentle micro movements and releasing and letting go. All right. If you are here to really twist all the way, this could be a work in progress, but the goal is to bring both knees to the ground, your opposite arm on top of your so my right arm is on top of my left arm, and my knees are twisting to touch the ground. All right, so then when you're ready, you're going to bring yourself back into your starting position, both hands by your side, relax your head, close your eyes, breathe for about 30 seconds or so, and then repeat the process on the other side. Now, you're going to do this twice on each side, and progress usually happens on the second set. So it's not unusual to feel a release in your lower back. This is incredible for also detoxifying your liver. It's very similar to the chiropractor twist. So for me, I always release my lower back. I hear some cracking and I feel amazing after. So that's not unusual. And it's really great also for trimming your waistline. Not to mention opening up those shoulders. And that's what the other side is going to look like. So I'm going to look at you, make sure that you are doing this correctly. And remember, twice on each side. Okay, Sherry Love, just be mindful that your feet are in alignment with your bum. I'd say there we go. Like the left foot was a little bit like to the right. And Whitney, you have like just the most beautiful like freedom in your body right now. I really feel that you have come a really long way, and it's just beautiful. Like, I think there's just so much happening right now for your midsection in a good way. There's such a deep twist going on for your spine, for your organs. Just makes me really happy to see you. Dorota, good job. Glenna, Marguerite, Zhenya, beautiful work and beautiful alignment as well. Beautiful, gentle movements, Stacy and Sharon. You're just like, you're all in. I love it. Love it. And so happy to see you in class. And Ernstine, beautiful work. And Anja, beautiful, gentle movement. So this does take a little bit of time, but it is something that feels absolutely amazing. And Hajira, good job as well. And Fermiana, always. And Lindsay, good work. And Linda. Okay, so we're gonna do this twice on each side. And wonderful work, Sarah. Same for you, like Whitney, so much freedom. Your midsection has become so flexible and just so so beautifully defined and just like slim and just a masterpiece. Just beautiful work. And beautiful work, Jen. And Jen, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy that you joined us today. Beautiful work. Okay, when you guys have completed the 2 segments, I would like to go deep into our thoracic work. We're also going to do some more work on our shoulders, so we're going to do a lot of shoulder opening, and I'd like you guys to bring your chair or your ladder. If you're a beginner, you can work on the mat if you are not feeling comfortable doing it on the chair yet, although I will show you the beginner friendly approach. So please go ahead and bring a chair. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, it's going to, and I'd like you to prepare your block. So for this one, ideally you want a 4x6x9. Okay. 4x6x9, and you want to also, if you're not a beginner and you really want to take things to another level, you can bring your ankle weight, put it over your head. And right here, I'm going to be sitting onto my chair. So it will depend on the width of the seat that you have, but I'm going to have a look at you after and make sure that you're doing everything correctly. So you're going to be lying back into the chair. Now, the edge of the chair and the edge of the block are aligned, and they're also aligned with my shoulder blades. So the edge of the block is positioned on my shoulder blades. And if you need support for your neck, then please grab onto your head and support your head as you're gently bringing your head backwards, okay? And you might need to support your head, but what I've done demonstrating, just tell me what your neck situation is, and maybe it's better that you work on the floor in the meantime, all right? But this is for those of you who are able to go backwards all the way. So right here, I'm going to be, I'm also straightening my legs. I'm straightening my legs and my feet are flat on the floor. And I got my fingers are pointing like an arrow. And then I'm bringing my hands up and down, so that I'm feeling the edge of the block going deeper into my thoracic spine and opening it up. If you're ready, you can certainly grab on to your ankle weight and straighten those hands and then bring it up and down. And that's going to add quite a significant level of resistance. So if you're not ready for it yet, do not add this because it will certainly like add quite a significant level. So anyone on a healing journey, you're definitely not ready for the ankle weight. So you're going to spend some time here, and then you're going to take a moment and massage your neck. So deep circular motions, everything from behind your ears, right where your skull connected with your spine. You're going to massage in deep circular motions. You can turn your head to the right and the left gently, and just take that moment to really relax your neck. And then you can also take that moment to massage your scalp. A lot of times we're holding a lot of stress in our scalp and our face muscles without realizing it. So please, you can take that moment, and it will, you may even feel like a whole tingling, relaxing sensation moving from head to toe. You can close your eyes, relax your breathing. And this is a nice practice that you can also do is you can pull your whole hair like a ponytail, or just segments to pull it upwards. So what you're doing is you're also increasing the blood circulation to the hair follicles, and it's extremely rejuvenating. So you can do that as well while you are opening your back. All right, then when you are coming up, you can gently come up. If you need to support your head, you can grab your head and just come up this way. And then the next level to this one would be to put your block upright this way. Now make sure that the block is aligned with the edge of the chair. All right, so I'm going to position myself with the block upwards, and then basically repeat the exact same process just this way. And actually this makes it better when I'm working with the weights, because that elevation just gives me more space to really like open up my back. All right, so only if you are at that level. I mean, it's rather intense. So right here, gonna take a moment, have a look at you guys, see how you're doing. And like I said, if you're not ready for the chair, you can also do this on the ladder. Then I encourage you to just do it on the mat, and I can guide you on that as well. So just gonna have a look at you. All right, so okay, so Denise, you have a good setup. You just need to get a thicker block whenever you have a chance. In fact, you look like you have a 3x6x9, but I would say maybe putting 2 3x6x9, one on top of the other, so it's really solid, because I feel like this is just so wobbly and it might just fall off. And you really want to make sure that you're solid. So yeah, Whitney, absolutely beautiful work. Ernst, beautiful work. Anja, beautiful work. And Jen, beautiful work. Happy you have a ladder. And Dorta, beautiful work. And Lindsay, good work. Bermiana. Bermiana, do you have any piece of furniture that has a wider like seat, or a stool or a bench or something? I find that the seat of your chair is very wide, so most of your bum and that whole area kind of stays flat. So we want to turn you into like an arc, like a rainbow, like an arc of triumph kind of thing. So we want to make sure that, yeah.
I do have a stool, so
Just-
that might be better. It's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
narrower
just show me,
in the,
because this one, I find that it's restricting you. Your body is wanting to open up more, and it's holding you back a little bit.
yeah, I agree. That's just like the only chair that he kind of had around. So yeah, I'll bring the stool and then you can show me what I need so that I
Yes.
can.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I can actually, yeah, I can demonstrate like what it would look like with a stool as well for some of you. So
Yeah, this is
Oh,
the stool.
that's so much better. That's just perfection. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, same concept. So just put the block on the edge and exact same concept, and it's gonna work perfectly.
Okay.
Yes. And it's cushy and it's like perfect size. Excellent. Now, if at any moment you feel that you need a counter stretch, you can take a moment, lie on the floor, and bring your knees to your chest. And I can certainly demonstrate if you would like me to. And we're gonna spend another maybe 2 minutes into this one, and then we're going to transition to, I want to do some deep shoulder, chest opening. So, okay, so if anyone needs to take a moment and do a counter stretch, you're gonna be hugging your knees by hugging your elbows, and you're gonna be working on bringing those knees as close to the chest as possible as you're tucking your chin in, and you can roll from side to side, and you're going to bring your shoulders down. As you bring your shoulders up and tucking your chin in, you're going to exhale, you're gonna feel your knees are coming closer to your chest, and you're going to try to bring your tailbone as close to the mat as possible. Eventually, when your musculoskeletal system improves, you will feel everything from your tailbone all the way to your atlas, just flat, effortlessly on the mat. All right, so you're gonna take some time and relax into this counter stretch, and then you can continue if you are ready. And like I said, another minute. Or so into this deep thoracic opening.
I liked that so much better, Ilana. That was more deeper, the bending. And this is what I need too, is that whole thoracic and the neck from all the years of massaging and then the car accident and the neck. Just, yeah, excellent. So thanks for that.
Yes. Yeah, well, I just know that your body needed more than that chair was allowing you to experience. So yes, super happy. Great. All right, beautiful work, you guys. And it's not unusual for some of you to experience emotional cleansing after this deep thoracic work. Remember, we're opening our chest, we're opening our heart, and there could be, you know, some things that the body wants to cleanse. So please let it go. Don't hold it back. It's a beautiful part of your healing journey. Okay, I'm going to guide you guys into our shoulder opening. And I'd like you to grab your yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, just let me know so I can give you an alternative. In fact, it'll also work with a resistant band. But that would mean you would need I need to just, let me just locate my strap. Okay, here we go. So you're gonna have your strap, and I'm going to switch my screen. All right, so my feet are going to be together. Okay, my feet are together, and I'm taking the strap, and my starting point is always kind of like this, okay? Because that gives me a solid grip, whereas if I'm holding it like that, it's just too easy to kind of slip, and it's not going to be super solid. So that's how I like to work with my strap. And it's very easy for me to also extend it and grab on. It's not going anywhere. All right, so that's my starting point. My feet are together. I'm bringing my arms over my head, and I'm going to, okay, so anyone with a shoulder injury or anything, any shoulder sensitivity, just observe, and then if I need to guide you on this, give you more customized kind of support, then you're gonna let me know. And remember, you can make this particular exercise as gentle or as intense as you want it to be. So obviously, if you're on a healing journey, please let's make it as gentle as it needs to be so that your body prepares for it. So my arms are right here, upwards, and then I'm working on bringing this arm behind my ear, all right, as much as I can. So just make sure that it's not like over your face, at least in alignment with your ear, but hopefully a little bit backwards. Now I'm gonna be pushing my hips out. Now, if you're new and you're kind of overwhelmed, don't worry about pushing your hips out. Those of you who are gonna get an amazing core and oblique workout out of this, but it's too much for you. Just disengage kind of the core from this and just focus on the upper body. But if you're here to do everything, here we go. I'm pushing my hips out, my feet are together. Now, this is the active arm. The one above my head is totally passive, it's super relaxed. This one does the pulling. So it looks like this. As I'm pulling, I'm exhaling as I'm pushing my hips out and pushing my arm out, and I'm going to be repeating these movements. So deeper and deeper as much as I can. I'm going to squeeze my glutes. I'm going to be feeling the burn right over here. I'm going to be squeezing every part of my glutes and just repeating that process, making sure that my chest and shoulders are open, making sure that my head is actually locking up that arm that I'm above me in place so that it doesn't actually push my head forward and compromise my entire posture. All right, so it's very important that we master that posture right here, and we are going to be repeating this. Now, personally, I like the distance between my hands to be not too far. I just find that if like my arm is here, it's not as effective. So I like it to be fairly close, and here we go. So we're gonna do this on one side, then you're gonna take a moment, bring your arms up, and repeat the same process on the other side. So you're gonna take time, repeat the process, and I'm just gonna demonstrate that full sequence. Now, the next move, after you've spent enough time on the right side and the left side, the next move is gonna be bringing those arms all the way back. Okay, now here is really up to you to fine tune the distance between two hands so that when you're bringing it backwards, it is challenging enough. So if you're perfectly healthy and you're just here to really maximize your workout and your alignment, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure this distance is as small as it can be in order for you to bring those arms backwards. Okay, obviously, if you're on a healing journey, you're going to need more space so that you're able to do that, but it's not too much. All right, so it really is, you can think of it as the length between my hands really adjusts the intensity. It's kind of like if you're at the gym and you're using weights, you can adjust how heavy you're gonna go, right? So what you're gonna do here is as your arms are going through, this to me is the most challenging part. Like I'm feeling the burn, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna repeat the process. So I want you to repeat the process right here where you're feeling the burn. So there's no need to bring it all the way up and all the way down. There's a lot of energy that's being wasted here, and there's really nothing that's happening. Right here is where the magic happens. So I'm going to be repeating that process over and over and over again. So you're gonna be working on one side as much as you can, then on the other, and then you're going to be repeating this backwards. And now this should leave you feeling like you literally lifted weights. You should be feeling that burn in your triceps and your triceps and your back and your back. And we're gonna spend a little bit of time on it. Now, if you are in a healing journey, let me know if you need some guidance. And if you're new to this one, I would take a very gentle microdosing approach and maybe not do it for too long so that your body can prepare and adapt. All right, so that's what we're here to do. And you can also alternate, spend some time right side, left side, and then alternate. But I definitely want you to spend enough time going back and forth over here without taking a break, because that's going to also really tone and sculpt your back. And you'll see that when you let go of the strap, you're going to feel like you have a completely new posture. Like you're going to carry yourself. You're going to feel like Miss Universe throughout the day. All right. So I always say this is a really nice one if you're walking to a meeting or you're going somewhere that, you know, you want to be conscious of your body language and your presence. This is a great way to kind of open up your back. Or if you just spend too much time in front of your laptop, your devices, and you feel like the world is kind of collapsing on you, just open up your body. You're going to feel so much lighter and so much more empowered to take on whatever is coming your way. All right, so we're just going to spend some time on this. Gonna give you guys another maybe 30 seconds into this. Give it your all. Hope you are feeling that burn. We used to combine this one with the acupuncture mat while standing on it. Those of you who have an appetite for intensity, you can certainly bring on your acumat next time and incorporate that into this one. All right, my beautiful angels, you guys can drop that strap and shake those shoulders. Shake those shoulders. And now what I'd like to do is I want to do the rainbow against the wall or the double rainbow. All right, so that is like the perfect combination right after doing this one. So if you've been with me for a little while and you can do the double rainbow, go ahead. If you're fairly new, then this is how we go about it. So I'm about 2 feet away from the wall. My feet are here together. I'm just gonna switch my screen. My feet are together. And I'm gonna be putting my hand on my hip and my just move this out of the way. This is my kitty playhouse. I don't know, they just love these boxes. So that's what they're there for. But here we go. My hands on my hip, my other hand is going over my head. Now that you've done this beautiful strap work, you should feel that your arm is able to align with the correct position a lot more easily because we just opened everything up. Like all of this should feel really open. So this should feel really easy. When we just first start to do this move without the initial opening, a lot of times you guys are doing this. So now this should be fairly easier for sure. And you're going to be positioning the palm of your hand downwards, okay? And you might actually need to move a little closer to the wall because your legs should be parallel. And then you're gonna be pushing this hip out. You're gonna be pushing this hip out with your hand. And then after you've done a couple of those, you're gonna bring both hands and push it out. Now, I have like a beginner or like a pre-beginner approach. If it's too much of a hard time for you to do that, 1 second, then please bring a block and I'll show you the beginner friendly approach. So if you're not able to do this, then put a block right here and then put this arm right here and you'll find that it is a lot easier for you to do that. But I would prefer if you are able to fully work your way into this. So you're going to do one side and then you're going to do the other side. The reason why we're starting with our hand on our hip is because this hand brings to your awareness that you need to push your hip out. Okay? You need to push that hip out. And then once you have done that a couple of times, then you're bringing your other hand and you're keeping that same rhythm and awareness of pushing that hip out. Okay, so just gonna have a look at you guys. Okay. And Denislav, you want to move a little closer to the wall because you want your feet, your legs to be parallel to the wall. So imagine your legs parallel to the wall, and just your upper body makes this little rainbow. And Dorothy, make sure that your upper arm is not covering your forehead or face because it needs to be in alignment with the rest of your body. Okay, so you guys are going to spend some time on one side and then the other. And for sure, you can take a moment and shake off those shoulders. We're really doing a lot of shoulder and a lot of upper body toning and a lot of like chest opening, and just you should feel like so much like a whole new woman emerges there, like the way you're going to carry yourself and walk into any room. And beautiful work, Sharon. Okay. So you guys are gonna do this on one side, then on the other. And remember to sync your breathing. As you're going deeper, you're exhaling. As you're coming inwards, you're inhaling. And beautiful work, Marguerite. You really look like a beautiful rainbow. Okay. So you guys are going to do this at least twice on each side, but you can certainly do more of it. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, this will be the time we transition to questions. You guys can continue working on that. You can relax with just a spinal awakening, maybe do eye exercises or scalp massage, neck exercise. I'm gonna be taking on questions right now. And go ahead, Stacy, why don't you share something, love? Go ahead.
I did. I just want to tell you that I cannot believe how straight I'm able to stand up effortlessly after the last 2 exercises. The only time that ever happens for me is when I go to my chiropractor and she uses the activator and puts my ribs back where they're supposed to be, and I can effortlessly just stand up. But after that exercise, especially, you know, with the arms back here, I just wanted to say thank you so much, because I don't have to wait for the chiropractor. I can just do this at home and get my body permanently used to standing up like that. And I'm just so grateful for you. Thank you.
I am so happy to hear that. And if you do that before you teach, I just think it's going to be so wonderful, because you're just, you know, the presence of so many brilliant minds. And
Yes.
and I think it's really important, especially like if you're ever like at a you know, speaking or performing or whatever it is, or like, you know, in the public eye. I think this is so important to master that presence. So
I agree.
on all
Going to
levels.
work with me tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
Ilana. You're
I'm
amazing.
so happy, Stacy. So happy. Yes. Okay. So I'm happy to take any other questions. Yes.
I feel so good. That was deep. That went really deep. I feel so spoiled. Thank you.
Well, Sarah, you deserve it. You deserve it. Every bit of it and more, and so much more. So, yeah, like I said, there was also, so you guys have a new lumbar decompression. That's really exciting, Sarah. So that was taught Friday's class. You guys have a new a new butt lift warm up that is just a whole new level of like booty sculpting. And then there is, yeah, and this beautiful opening. So lots more for me, Anna. You're like bubbling with joy there. So
I just wanted to say thank you for the stretch behind our back, because I always have shoulder pain right here. So when we would try to do the praying princess, I couldn't really do it at all. I would have to just try to use the modified chair version. And I just tried doing the praying princess a little bit on the wall, and I actually did not feel the crazy stiffness in my right arm that's normally there that I can't get rid of. It was a lot better. So I think this is great for me, for my shoulder issues.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that. Actually, I would like to hear, Sherry, how you found that for your shoulders, because you know, there's just so much that has been going on there for you.
You know what? It was actually amazing. Yeah, like I find that I'm getting more range of motion. I'm very appreciative that you tell me that my alignment's off, because I think it's on. So I really appreciate you correcting me, because it just helps me to know that be more body aware, because I'm like, okay, I just feel like I'm in alignment, but I'm really not. So what you're seeing is that I'm not. And so that just tells me that I just need to work more on that.
Yeah. 99.9% of the time, your alignment is like, I couldn't imagine a better alignment, but it's that spinal twist, I think, throws off everybody, because it's like, where's your arm and where's your head looking and where are your feet? And it's just like a whole new like world of like, it's a whole new level of body awareness for sure.
For sure. But like, I do find that after my left shoulder surgery, like it did take me a while to get back, but this has been like, just, I'm stretching the where my comfort zone was. And I love it, because I feel like I'm getting more flexibility beyond what I thought I could have, right? With all my other exercises and what the physio taught me, like this is completely different than any physio stuff. So I'm really appreciative that there's alternative methods that are just beyond our scope of what we think that our body can do. And then when we actually get out of our heads and know that there is more that we can do to achieve that health, you know, of every joint in our body. Like it's between, like my husband wants to start doing all this stuff with me. He goes, I'm really jealous of how you're moving. And it's only been like 4 weeks. And I said, well,
you know, when she comes up with the male version of this, then, but no, I said, you can do some things, right? But I think he's very private and he just wants to do things himself, but whatever, right?
Yeah,
I said,
that's the thing with
I'll just
men,
look
they are
fabulous with him.
private, and yeah,
Pardon
well,
me?
I'd say for now you can teach him some of the things that you've learned, and at a later point if I have something, but it's, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. But this was a really good, like, this was a very concentrated on like thoracic and shoulder. Like I find that, like, I feel so, like, I find that it's hard with my breathing. Like I find when I do the extensions over the chair with the block, that my thoracic spine, I think, is holding on because of the shoulder surgery. There's still some compensations or some inhibition with my breathing because of that whole connection with the shoulder and the lungs and the nerve innervation that goes with that. So that's really good because I can feel as I'm going over the block, I can feel like my spine adjusting, and then I can feel my shoulder opening up more. So I'm just trying to coordinate my breathing with the shoulder, and it's fantastic. I just love it.
and you know what? Because whenever there's an injury or surgery or some kind of trauma in the body, there's always going to be fear associated, because we've experienced that. There's always kind of you know, fear programmed into, like, well, don't move a certain way, don't, because you could experience more pain or this could happen again. So there's probably some level of fear when you're going that distance and opening up.
Right.
And so I think the breathing is more of like, you know, fear has a certain pattern of breathing. So
Right.
it's very shallow and it's very kind of restrictive. And I think that could be more than anything else. So now being conscious of it and kind of mastering your breathing when you're at that level, because you're aware, that to me was something for me to hit contortionism. There was so much fear to get into that place because there was so much pain that I had to learn how to change my breathing to a very relaxed state so that my body could get the signal that I'm very relaxed, and then effortlessly just kind of melt into what I had to do. So it is totally totally a mechanism of overcoming fear, and I think there's a whole neuroscience. I shared a little short the other day from it was neuroscience backing up why a lot of people cannot do the splits, is because it's a fear mechanism that prevents us going there. So there's a lot of overcoming fear that we are doing here continuously. And this is like our most vulnerable like part in our chest, our shoulders, our abdomen. That's like, you know, every animal always protects that. So there's a lot of like, yeah, I'd say, you know, this is kind of the training to becoming a fearless woman again. And it makes sense when you've had injuries and you've been dealing with pain, to still store that, but we're just rewriting a new story. So I love that.
Well, and I think you mentioned that on Friday as well, right? Like you on Friday, I think you mentioned about opening up, like about the fear thing, you know, and the emotional tie that fear has with our body in our compensation patterns. And so I was working on that all weekend of just breathing and opening up and just, you know, because I find that I'm a very non-fearful person because of all my bodybuilding and lifting weights, and I'm strong and that stuff, but I'm really weak because I'm not breathing properly. So like it's two mechanisms, right? That you have to be able to coordinate all of that together, like the two systems, right? And it's just, it's fantastic. So I really appreciate
bodybuilding
that.
is a very different kind of strength. It's a very different kind of strength, the weightlifting, bodybuilding, than the flexibility. The flexibility is like, there's a fearless invulnerability, and it's like, that has been for me the biggest mental shift. So I'm just happy that, and you should journal all this stuff, and I hope you can join us on Thursday, because just in the short time you've had so many revelations that I think are just going to be so inspiring. So Thursday, are you Eastern? But
I'm Eastern Standard Time,
okay,
so it's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on Thursday. Really hope you can join.
Yeah, I know my daughter's got soccer from 7 to 8, and I'm coaching, so it's about a half-hour drive back. So if I can join you at the end,
if you didn't come in late, I will make time for you to share your brilliance. So
awesome, thank you.
Yes. Okay, any other questions, shares? Yes, Helen, my angel, go ahead, my love.
I've got to go to work now. So thank you. Thank you
Okay, you have a
for everything.
fabulous,
Bye.
yes.
Bye.
Have a fabulous evening.
Bye.
Yes, go ahead, Anja.
Hi. Yeah, I totally enjoy the class. It's really great. I really struggled with the princess pose, to be honest.
Okay.
Is it a must or is it enough to warm up?
Listen, this is just your second class with me.
Okay.
Just give it time. We will get to everything. Not to worry.
All right.
Yes,
Good.
not to worry. Enjoy the journey, and I will make sure that I carefully guide you over the next classes, and everything will unfold in place. So not to worry. No need to struggle.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I see it's really difficult, then I do it very gentle, a little. So it's enough for me. When, in these
Yes.
poses, like princess pose, I felt like, oh God, an absolute beginner in every flow.
And that's okay. And that's okay. Because it is a starting point for you. So everything will open up as time goes by. So not to worry, and always ask me any questions that you have, and I'll guide you. And there are more gentle approaches to it. So I'll make sure that I cover that over the next couple of classes as well.
Okay, great.
Yes. All right. Any other questions or shares? Go ahead. Angela, my love, I'm so happy to see your beautiful radiant face. Go ahead.
Ilana, I've been doing the spinal twist, which I'm doing way better than before, because I have a right shoulder injury. I'm like ecstatic as to how far I can go now, but I'm now what I'm finding is I can pretty much turn around on my left shoulder, but my right is restricted right in this area here. This is where it's sort of holding me back. And I was wondering if you had a stretch that I could work on to.
Yeah, so you can try to alternate, instead of the palm facing downwards, have it facing upwards. And rather than doing a 90-degree angle, bring it a little lower. So these two modifications are going to make that easier. If you want to go ahead and do that now, you can, but it'll make it easier. And then you can slowly build up to, the traditional way of how we're doing it. Yeah. And Marguerite, if you have to go.
Yeah, because on my left side.
So try that. Okay. And let me know how that feels.
All right.
Go ahead. And Whitney, go ahead, my love.
Hi, Ilana. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask, I'm struggling with completely eliminating sugar from my diet, and I was curious how you got into that. So do you advocate no fruits, no?
No, so look, I mean, in extreme cases, like for me, it was an extreme case. I'm not advocating completely no fruit. So it really depends on where you're coming from. If you're someone who's struggling with a lot of candida, or you have a lot hormonal imbalances or skin conditions or sugar imbalances or tooth decay, then there are certain situations where it's best to kind of avoid fruits. So for me, I had a lot of tooth decay, a lot of skin conditions, a lot of candida, all these things, and I was a fruitarian for so many years, so I've really overdone the fruits, and I really need to rebuild everything, like my hair, my skin, my teeth, my brain, every part of me, and get rid of the candida and all that. So but for someone who's healthy, there's nothing wrong with having some fruits, but I would say if you're going to have fruits, have the more nutritious, the lower in the glycemic index, other than doing bananas or high glycemic, the red apples and things are super high in sugars. Do berries. You can get frozen berries all year round. So you get your blueberries, raspberries, whatever berry mix. You can have it all year round in the freezer, and you can have that with your kefir. Now, the beautiful thing is kefir actually helps to minimize sugar cravings. So it helps to eliminate that as well. So you can have a meal with mixing your kefir and your frozen berries. And you can add, I did talk about it in the Daily Habits event, and also how to introduce it to children and how to make it tasty, because they're not just going to want to have the plain stuff. So a couple of ways that you can do it is, and also for kids, maybe putting a little bit of fruits and putting maybe a little bit of honey with the kefir, it'll act as a prebiotic. So the kefir will actually feast on it. So you'll have more of the good bacteria in the gut. Now, I know there's another sugar that my husband mentioned about. What is the name of the other one that you're? So there is a lot of research recently on trehalose, which I personally do not consume, but in my family, it's been like a thing because apparently it's sweet like sugar, but it doesn't raise blood sugar, and there's other benefits. I would encourage you to do your research on it. Like, I don't know, like in my family, my husband likes to try all these things, but this is what it is for if you are, excuse me, my, what is it? Okay, so this is, you can do your research on this. Like I said, I cannot recommend it. I did not have it, but apparently this is like one of the best sugar substitutes. What are some of the benefits? It doesn't raise blood sugar, and I'm asking you, what are the benefits? It doesn't raise blood sugar, and it feeds the good bacteria, like it's a prebiotic. It feeds the gut, like, so I think it's a prebiotic. So maybe that would be something you can also add with kefir. But like I said, I personally don't know enough, and like, you know, like my husband likes to, like, he listens to a lot of research and he just constantly learns about new things, and he tells me you should really mention. And I'm like, I don't know, because I didn't consume this. I only talk about things I've done for years. I've changed my life. So I would just encourage you to do research on this and find if it's something. It also looks like white sugar. Like it just looks like white sugar. So I don't know. But I mean, the other way, people have done it with monitoring their glucose, and it does not raise glucose levels. So like I said, if you want to do your research on it, you can go ahead. I cannot recommend, but it is something that I would encourage you to do research on. There's other ones, you know, there's monk fruit, there is coconut sugar. Those things are lower on the glycemic index. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of it, but like my son, like Daniel and my husband, like they will have their protein powders that are just sweetened with stevia. So it's like vanilla stevia, and they will add that to the kefir. So like if you're introducing that to children, or you're having it and you like that, at least that's stevia. Now there's all kinds of theories that stevia can increase blood glucose, but I would say it would be better than traditional sugar. And you mix that with your kefir, and you can put that with fruits, and you can even make a little whipped cream and add it in there, because the kefir will feed off of all of it as a prebiotic. So if you're going to consume sugar, just consume it in an intelligent way that is actually going to benefit in creating more healthy bacteria in your gut. So that is my take on it. All right. So I hope that helps, and try, because it is important that you are enjoying the process. It's really important, because if you enjoy it, you will consume it. If you feel that you're like on a deprivation journey, it's not going to last. And then you're gonna compensate yourself for, you know, for all the sacrifices. So that philosophy never makes sense, and is never a good approach long term. Long term, you have to create a process that you enjoy, that your body naturally gravitates towards, that is sustainable, and that's the winning approach. So I hope that helps. Try it out and let me know. And also, I would encourage you to add cinnamon. Cinnamon is amazing for also managing blood sugar. So you're going to add all these benefits to your kefir, turn it into a meal, turn it to a dessert. You know, I mean, I don't know, get creative, make a little almond butter sauce on it, put cinnamon, like add your fruits, make a little bit of whipped cream. A little bit of whipped cream as an addition to dessert is actually a good thing. And kefir is making you actually a lot more lactose tolerant. I shared a PubMed publication recently on that. A lot of people are very concerned, but after you consume it for a while, you can actually do that, and it's a good fat. So obviously, like, don't overdo it, but like learn how to create things that are enjoyable and something that your whole family can enjoy, so that you're not like, you know, just the crazy kind of black sheep of the family, right? You want to make sure that you're creating a healthy lifestyle that your kids can take apart and love as well. So yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes. Okay.
Ayana, I wanted to mention something because, like, in connection with addiction to sweets, I used to be like a huge stress eater, especially in college and even into my adulthood. And I would eat brownies and cupcakes and Sour Patch Kids and Skittles and all this crap to make myself feel better, like almost daily because I was stressed out. And then, you know, I had a lot of health issues that happened, that like crazy muscle pain and a lot of bad stuff going on. And I switched to like an anti-inflammatory diet. And I eat a lot of fruit. And I used to be someone that would get like the yeast infections on like almost a monthly basis when I was eating cupcakes and candy and sugar. And now I eat like kind of large bowls of fruit and I don't have yeast issues anymore.
Well, are you doing
I
the
don't
kefir?
know.
Are you doing the kefir?
I am not. I feel like there's a thing where a lot of people think that fruit causes candida.
No,
but I
fruit
think
doesn't cause candida. It
Yeah.
actually does not cause candida. It just depends where your body is at. It certainly does not cause candida. I was vegetarian for many years, so I was very depleted because, it depends where the fruit's coming from. If it's not local, it was picked unripe, and the nature of unripe fruit is that it'll start pulling minerals from the body. Okay, so, yes, antioxidant, this and that. I mean, I've tested my health in completely eliminating fruits and only found that it was advantageous, but fruit does not cause candida. It was already in your body, so it wasn't helping because the candida will feed off of the sugar. It doesn't cause it. It'll just feed the bad bacteria. Bad bacteria thrives on sugar. And I always encourage everyone to go and look at 147 ways, just do a Google search, 147 ways sugar ruins your health. I mean, I have done that to myself, but in a balanced way, you can certainly enjoy fruits. It just depends on what are you looking to resolve. If you're perfectly healthy, nothing wrong with eating fruits. And I said the best out of fruits, the category that is the best has always been berries. So if you're gonna go, that's what I would go with. So if that's working for you, then that's what you go with. But if for someone who had yeast infections, I mean, the kefir I also talk about, I've had women with these infections, they've applied it even topically, vaginally, and it's like, it's a game changer. So, but if you are perfectly healthy, then, I mean.
Yeah, it was just strange for me because I had this problem for years. And as soon as I stopped eating the processed sugar and just ate whatever fruit I wanted, it stopped happening. Like,
yeah, well,
for me, it worked for me.
you got to listen to your body, and if your body, is happy with that, then, and you're happy with that, then.
And I don't feel addicted to sweets anymore. Like I might have a brownie once or
Well,
twice a
because
week.
these other things have a lot of other additives and make it addictive on purpose. Otherwise, people would not continue to buy these things. So it's carefully engineered, and there's a whole engineering science behind, like when you're eating that chip, it's designed to create a certain feeling in your mouth, and a certain flavor that it's addictive. You literally, if you take one chip, you got to finish the bag. And when you're eating, like whether it's ice cream or there's a whole science behind the mouthfeel, how it melts in your mouth, and how that perfect crunch and all of that. Actually, my son did a video on it like years ago when he was little. Like there is a whole engineering to these processed foods that make them as addictive as they are, and it is like quite profound. So yeah, so that could be another reason. Any other questions, my beautiful beings, before we are hopping off? Just want to make sure that everyone is taken care of. How's everyone feeling? Jen, how are you feeling, my love? It's so wonderful to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling great. It felt really good today. I was so nervous to just like get back into it, but then I'm like, I just have to do it. So I pushed myself, and
you did.
Here I am.
And you did fabulous. So I really hope to see you on Wednesday's class and on Friday's class, Essential Blossom. That's going to be the first time you're going to do it. in some time. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, always joining, you know, Lauren's classes when you can, and Jocelyn. So wonderful to have you back.
Thank you. It's so good to see you.
Yes. Okay, my beautiful beings, if there are no more questions, and I really hope to see you next class, and definitely this Thursday, and just sending so much love to you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.